What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Celio's Network. Today I have built a Greedent V Welder box deck that we're going to be profiling, and then I also played some games with it, so we're going to be looking at that gameplay as well. Before we get into this rogue creation, shout out to PotownStore.com, the best place for you to get PTCGO codes. And if you want to build some fun decks like this with cards from Shining Fates, the place to get your PTCGO codes is Potown. Be sure to use code Celio for 5% off. And also subscribe to this channel if you have not already. I upload every single day Pokemon TCG content, and you're not going to want to miss any of it. So here is my brand spanking new Greedent V Welder box deck. So let's look at Greedent V, and then I'm going to explain the idea behind this. So Greedent V is a colorless 200 HP V Pokemon, and the main attack we're focusing on here is Crunch. For 2 colorless, does 40, discard an energy from your opponent's active Pokemon. Crunch is nice because it doesn't need any specific energy. Welder powers it up in 1 turn, and you can play other attackers plus Aurora energy, but you never need the Aurora energy for Greedent. Also, if you go first, you can attach Pass, and then on the following turn, you can attach Team Grunt. You don't need to Welder again. So you can attach Team Grunt, or you don't need a Welder at all if you went first. So you can attach Grunt and energy away, Crunch and energy away if they were able to like accelerate energy with Power Accelerator or Tapu Koko or Bolt Tund or something like that. So Greedent is the main idea of the deck. The focus of the deck is let's use our early game to disrupt the opponent, whether that's with Grunt plus Crunch or just Crunch. We have Great Catcher and Lysander to bring up bench Pokemon that our opponent's attaching to, since Crunch only gets rid of the active. We also have Giratina and 2 Scoop Up Nets for decks that are playing special energy, like Pikarom with Speed Lightning, Eternatus with the Special Dark and the Capture. And Scoop Up Net can also get our Jirachi Amazing Rare out of there. I went with Jirachi Amazing Rare so I could play Air Balloons, and that could work with Jirachi Amazing Rare, since it does not work with Jirachi Stellar Wish. Stellar Wish is oftentimes better, but being able to have Air Balloons in the deck is very nice, since a lot of our attackers like Sirfetch'd and Greedent and Victini have 2 retreat cost. From there, our other only new card from Shining Fates is going to be Ditto V, which I played 1 of. It has the ability V Transformation. Once during your turn, you may choose a basic Pokemon V from your discard pile and switch it with this Pokemon. Any attached cards, damage counter, special condition, turns in play, and other effects remain on the new Pokemon. So we're playing a plethora of different V Pokemon here. We've got Dubwool, Vikavolt, Sirfetch'd, Victini V, Milotic V, and then of course the Greedent. But there's so many one-of Pokemon V that we can discard them early when we don't need them, or if they get knocked out and we need 2 of it in one matchup, like Milotic V, really great against fire decks. But you don't really want to play 2 in the deck. It's not a main focus of the deck, it's just a tech for fire matchups. But let's say you Welder to it and then attack with Greedent because you didn't have the Aurora energy, and your opponent gusts Milotic and knocks it out. Well, next turn you can Quick Ball for Ditto and just turn it into a Milotic V, and then Aurora Welder, boom, knock out your opponent's Scentiscorch. So things like that. Same thing goes for Victini V and for Galarian Sirfetch'd and for Vikavolt V. Vikavolt V is nice to hit the obscure lightning weakness when you do see it, something like Inteleon or Lapras. But also Paralyzing Bolt is great against single prize Pokemon, specifically against Blacephalon decks that are focused on Blacephalon because they need energy retrievals and fire crystals to function most of the time. So that's pretty much the sum of the deck. And like I said, we're going to roll some gameplay of games that I played on the PTCGO standard ladder with this deck. This does include Shining Fates cards, so you can play this on the standard versus ladder, but if you're playing in tournaments on Played Out Limitless, check the details of the tournament. Some will allow Shining Fates already, some will wait till the actual legal release date. So I hope you enjoyed this deck profile, and if you decide to play this deck yourself, the list will be down in the description below. It's very customizable. You can do a lot with this, so if you have an idea, I suggest and I implore you to run with it. So enjoy the gameplay. following this deck profile, and if you have not already subscribed, please consider doing so for daily Pokemon TCG content. Shout out to PotownStore.com. Thanks for watching and enjoy the gameplay. Okay, started recording this one late. My opponent went first, attached Eternatus. They switched from Yveltal to Eternatus for no reason at all, which is definitely a misplay. I top decked Jirachi, and we switch into Jirachi after benching it. And now we are going to Dreamy Revelation. No sign of special energy. I think we just take this for now. We'll yell Grunt. Do this. And yeah, just pass from there. Okay, Hammer Eternatus. Yeah, that switch just... Oh, they switched... They switched Drogster with Crobat, but they could have just retreated out of Yveltal and then switched back into it. That would have been much better. Also, for potential of a Sirfetch'd play, I guess I should have attached Aurora prior to Fire Energy. But then also I could have gotten punished for it if they were playing Hammer, which they are playing Hammer. The hand doesn't get too much better. I guess we're starting with a Dreamy Revelation. That'll work. I think we take a Quick Ball and just Dedenne. I don't think I want to Eldegoss for the Yell Grunt. Because we'd rather discard the energy than return it to their hand. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna do this. Now we can still play a supporter since we didn't Eldegoss Yell Grunt. Alright, cool. Let's play this down. Grab something that's going to be useful for us. Sirfetch'd is prized. I'm interested in the Ditto. I'm also interested in Heatran-GX. I think we'll take Crobat for now, draw 3. Because we're really looking for the Switcher Air Balloon, right? There's Air Balloon. We have Milotic. It hits Eternatus for a decent amount. I think that should be a fine welder target here, because we can always Heatran the energy off of it. Okay, we'll get rid of the stamp for 2 fire. Bench. So of course we have the Heatran that can get the fire energy and the Sirfetch'd that can get the Aurora energy. We attached for turn, so we don't get an Aurora energy down this turn, unfortunately. But I'm pretty happy with our board state. And we'll crunch, discard energy, do 40 damage. I believe our second Dedenne is in deck, so we could dig for a Lysander boss. Boss's orders. Lysander in parentheses if we need one. Okay, or they could boss. I think I'm just gonna take that because I don't want to get rid of too many Aurora energy. And my option would be to Dedenne here. So I think we'll attach Aurora and pass. Getting rid of the Eldegoss sucked, but I wanted to draw as many cards as I could to look for the Switch or the Air Balloon. Okay, Switch plus supporter makes sense. This looks pretty fine because we can take a huge knockout with Heatran, get Sirfetch'd out of the prizes, and then still use Sirfetch'd because Sirfetch'd doesn't need a GX attack, but it does get the Aurora energies, so that should work out fine. Unless they don't get into turn as VMAX here to even get the knockout on Dedenne, that would be upsetting. They do not get it. That feels very bad. In the long run, attaching an energy, honestly, I think might be better. Which is pretty interesting. I think attaching the energy is actually better than getting the knockout. Let's see. We'll switch. Attach. Quick ball. Now, we don't need the Heatran until something's actually knocked out. It'll likely be the Greedent that gets knocked out. But here we're looking for a Lysander. Grunt works too, actually. Grunt can work. We don't need any more of this, so let's get rid of it. We have 2 boss. Okay, neither's a boss. So we could Grunt this and start chipping away at the active one. If they knock out the active, we just blow it up with Heatran. I think that's good. So we stop this. And we discard an energy from the active. Yeah, that seems fine. So if they take a knockout, all we have to do is find the Heatran. Or they'll just power excel again. And that'll be fine because I will need even less energy. Let's see what they do here. I'm gonna try to stall us again. Yeah, makes sense. All right, let's switch into that. That out of the deck. Dreamy Revelation. Still no. Still no boss. We could go for Stumbling Press, but if Tails, it does nothing. I don't think, actually, that would just be huge if we actually hit that, so I think we just go for that. Like, coin flip to take that knockout, that's pretty important. Let's go! Stumbling Press! Let's do it. And there's a Sirfetch'd. Oh, we are looking so good here. And they did get another energy down, which is definitely scary. And we're out of stamp. Are we out of Aurora energy? We're not, but only one left in the deck, so that's not enough to use Sirfetch'd twice. So that stinks a little. Do we have Fire Crystal in the deck? Let's find that out. Fire Crystal's in the prizes. Okay, noted. So I think we Welder 1 to Sirfetch'd here. Or... yeah, we Welder 1 to Sirfetch'd. That's the plan. Actually, we're out of Yell Grunt, right? Yeah, we're out of Yell Grunt. So we Welder 1 to Sirfetch'd. We'll grab that. Take both of those. We'll keep that in hand, I think. It doesn't hurt to attach this, or does it? Because we could use Dubwool. But if we use Heatran, one doesn't make it knockout. One more energy doesn't make it knockout. We'll hold on to that energy, I think. How much does this do? We'll attach. We'll attach, because we can gust up anything for the last knockout. So if we can just bench Heatran, switch the energy. Because Milotic can't actually attack anymore. Oh, this misplay happens to my opponents so frequently. I knocked out their only Eternatus VMAX and they meant to set up the other Eternatus V, but instead they discarded it. Well, we'll count that as a win. GG. Let's go, Greedent. Very bad hand. Indubitably bad hand. When we're playing against a water deck, we don't like to see that. I don't think we have anything that like directly handles Mewtwo. I did consider throwing a Mimikyu into the deck, but I didn't want to add even more clunkiness to a clunky deck. Playing with the new Snom. Okay, and type No, so they're playing Silvally. Yeah, this is fine. We'll just do this. Getting rid of their energy probably isn't even going to be a big deal. We'll just do that in hopes that we get fire energy to use Welder. This deck wouldn't mind it in DDV, I guess, if it really wants a, actually in DDV would be pretty good, because if you attach to Ditto, then you could discard in DDV, switch it into Indeedee versus Pikarom if they put up a Mewtwo. That sounds not horrible. Alright, emptying their hand so they can use a disc reload. Definitely looking for Frostmoth to get their energies going. Here comes a Pokecom, so we'll probably see our opponent play a Frostmoth. Starmie, okay, Starmie GX, which accelerates energy, right? Yeah, so it can accelerate energy without the Frostmoth. For a deck that wants to remove energy, this should not be a good time for me. They did help us out with that, though. Still not a lot of great stuff happening, though. Okay. Sure, why not? We'll try to make Greedent work. Greedent is not the Pokemon I wanted to get here, but we'll V-transform into Greedent, I guess. And, Crunch. Barney could help us. Hopefully we can survive this turn, and we could actually take a knockout with Heatran. No, Rocket Splash is going to knock us out, right? Yeah. But now they're down to no energy, so this is our chance. Okay, what do we want? Dubwool is prize. Dubwool was gone. Dubwool should have been good. Yeah, Dubwool would have been great. We're down one Aurora. Vikavolt wouldn't be the worst. Oh my gosh, Heatran is prize too. We're down. Ugh, our prizes suck. Alright, we're gonna reset stamp. We'll great catcher Silvally up. Yeah, just to Dedenne to switch away. Got Welder. We also need an Aurora energy though. Or we could just two-shot with Milotic. Paralyzing Bolt's just perfect, though. Could use Victini V. I think we'll swing in with Milotic. If we hit an Aurora here, oh well. We didn't hit an Aurora yet. Ah, there's the Aurora. We should have went with our gut. Okay, so we'll try to get a 2-shot on Silvally, I guess. Hopefully be able to take an easy prize, or an easy 2 prizes off of this, I guess is the plan right now as it stands. And then Dubwool might just be our saving grace if we can find that out of the prizes. There's the Air Balloon. We're down 3 Switch. We have 1 of our Air Balloons on the board. These Scoop Up Nets are feeling particularly useless right about now. Yeah, so we'll just Viridian one of them away. I'm going to Welder to the Vikavolt, but I don't actually need, I don't actually need both of them on there. Or I could go to Victini. Yeah, I could just Welder 2 to Victini. That's better, much better. Alright, we got Switch off of that. We have another energy. We could use Vikavolt. So many options here. So, for 2 energy on the active, they can't knock out Vikavolt if they don't have... So if they can't use items, they might not be able to empty their hand too much other than Viridian Forest to disc reload. Yeah, I think we'll switch... Paralyzing Bolt. The bad news, of course, that's our last switch. So they pitch a Viridian. Okay, they can knock that out, however, with copying Blastoise's attack. Yeah, that's really good. We can bring this up, though, and knock it out with Vikavolt. That seems worth. Grab that. Bring me Rev. Or did we just knock this out? Now, knocking Snom out seems like really good. I'll hold this energy in my hand, I believe. 1, 2. I mean, Victini's a great attacker. Maybe we just attach it. Yeah, we'll attach. Okay, got another boss's orders. That could like stall something up maybe, or take an easy knockout. So we actually have our knockouts like pretty well positioned. Mewtwo, then Silvally, and that's how we end up winning. Okay, Marnie. That definitely sucks because we had the Gust in our hand. We're gonna swing 40 there, attach 2. No, wait, does it only attach 1? Oh, they don't have any more in the discard. Wow, okay. That makes me feel really good about our position here. A Welder could help us, so I think we did Dedenne here as opposed to research, but then again, putting down another Pokemon could help us in the long run. What? How much do we need here? We're doing 120 right now. Or an Aurora Energy to take the knockout with Vikavolt. Okay. We're down. I should have pitched with Viridian to shuffle my deck. I think we do this. In case of Welder, but we didn't get Welder. So that makes it worse. What I just did. Okay, Stamp like doesn't matter because they have disc reload. Yeah, I should have Viridianed to shuffle the deck because I know Boss was at the bottom. Does Stamp hurt them at all? I'm trying to remember. I don't think they really did much last turn. So we'll just Energy Burst. For 1 energy short. We just need to draw a Welder. So yeah, definitely should have Viridianed. I think that would have changed the game. Yeah. That would have changed the game if I Viridianed first. GG. That was a weird game, but it ended up being kind of close there at the end. I definitely should have Viridianed before I replaced it with Hearth to shuffle up the deck due to the Marnie.